Hello and welcome back to Patriot Contraptions. We are back with the Simple Cub that Flight Test originally designed, except this is not any longer their version exactly. This is what I call the Super Simple Cub because I actually took some of their design and made it even simpler and lighter weight and easier to build because I got really ticked off with it in my last video. If you guys remember, I did not have very good luck with this battery tray, and the time it took me to cut this out was a lot. So I wasn't very happy. I was actually on the verge of throwing this plane out and just saying, I'm done with this. I'm going to build my own planes from scratch from now and do what I did with like my Patriot Cub. However, then I had the thought, what if I could simply get rid of this battery tray and mount the motor to the frame of the Simple Cub and lose all that extra battery tray weight and gain a ton of storage space. So that's what I've done. I took that battery tray out, I got rid of it, and I mounted the motor the same way I do on my Patriot Cub. I've got two popsicle sticks glued to the side of a piece of hardboard for my motor firewall. And then behind that, the motor wires just run over the top and down to our battery and speed controller. So by getting rid of that tray, I also open up this enormous volume down here where the battery can just sit down inside of it, as opposed to having this weird, like, put underneath mechanism where the battery is kind of held in place by, what do you call that, Velcro. I was not having any luck with holding the battery in place underneath, and it just wasn't working. So putting the battery in here, having a solid bottom on the plane, worked out a lot better for me. Now, the other modification you can see right off the bat I made is I put these super large tires on it, and I got rid of the support mechanism. On the normal Simple Cub model, you have a little support strut that comes from the back to the front. Now, I decided, based on my experience so far, that I don't need this. They're not getting that much force, and that if I just upgrade the size of the metal the tires run on, it solves that entire problem. So what I'm doing here is I'm using a piece of yard sign stake. You know those like annoying political yard signs you see everywhere? Well, almost every single one of them has a stake on it. That's about a 4mm thick piece of metal, and I was able to bend that into kind of a V shape on either side, and then just stick that into the Simple Cub and glue it in place right back there, and then my tires are put onto that. Now these tires I've put on are actually made from packing foam. Now they have a 3D printed center, and that center has a hole on it that obviously goes onto the yard sign stake. So that gives us this nice big footprint that when I'm taking off of like a gravel runway or a grass runway, just means the plane will actually get over stuff and actually get into the air, which is really, really nice. And they're also extremely lightweight. So, other modifications I've made. On the inside here, you can see I wanted to reinforce the inside right where the wing attaches because I've had issues with it collapsing on my other plane. So I glued kind of a square structure right on the inside that just goes across. It's a square piece of foam. And that just secures it more so that it takes the stress of the rubber bands pulling the center part of the plane together, the main cockpit area, if you will. Now, on the back of the plane, I've done a modification that you will have already seen on my regular Patriot Cub. And that's where I mount the servos on the top and run them straight to the fins. That's because I've had issues with adjusting the servos before, and it's just a lot easier to adjust them and see what they're actually doing when I'm playing with the airplane, either at the field or just in testing here at the studio, where I want to know exactly where those servos are pointing, how much arm movement they have, how much flex there is in the wire, everything like that, just to get them adjusted correct for flight. So I really like having them on top. Other added bonus this gives me is if I need to change one out, which I've already had to do on this plane, I can simply pop it out and pop a new one right back in, and it works out really, really well. I love this setup, having the servos on top. Yes, it's not the prettiest, but I'm not going for pretty here. I'm going for experimental and just having fun flying. You can't even see it from the ground that they're on top. So that's pretty cool. Also, because I've gotten rid of a lot of weight, I've got all this room up front, it's allowed me to actually put this little camera right here on the inside of the plane. So I've kind of mounted it up like this on the sidewall and got some videos that way. I've also mounted it facing forward through the propeller, which I do get the propeller in it sometimes at certain RPMs, like at the lower RPMs, I found that I had trouble where it was getting the propeller in it. It was kind of like adding this line across the footage. Whereas at higher RPMs, it didn't seem to do it as much. It was actually like a clear video, which is really, really cool. So I was just very impressed that it was even able to lift a camera this heavy. This runs on 2 AA's. It's just an old action camera I had lying around. And it was like, well, I'll put a camera in it that I don't really care about in case it falls out of the airplane and crashes. And turns out it never fell out. I got the footage off of it, and it works great. So got some aerial footage finally for all of you guys, and I'm really enjoying flying this airplane. Now, another thing that I've been doing since I got this super simple Cub flying again is that I've been taking it up to like 200 feet and just cutting the power and seeing how far I can glide the airplane. And especially on the little like 11-1 1100 milliamp batteries I use, this will glide about 1 minute probably down from that altitude if I keep the pitch up at the right angle. It'll just glide down to the ground, which is really, really neat, and I'll kick the throttle back on and pull up again. So that's been fun, just practicing stalls like that. And overall, I'm having a blast with this plane now. It's really my go-to plane. So, future plans. Future plans for this plane are to make it FPV. I really want to add a first-person view setup to this airplane where I can fly it with goggles from the ground and get that first-person experience. I would also like to do kind of like a simulation cockpit at some point that I can fly with this airplane from the ground so it feels like I'm in an actual cockpit. I've always thought that would be a cool idea to do. I've seen other people do it now, and I'm just like, that just screams me all over it. So I really want to try that and just have that experience of flying an airplane to some extent while not actually having to put out like 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand to get a pilot's license, have an actual plane. So really want to get into FPV. Now, that being said, we'll probably have a video coming up about FPV setups because I don't know anything about them at this point. You need some kind of receiver and some kind of headset, but other than that, I don't know what to do. So if you know about FPV and know of something like, if you even know of a setup I could get maybe in the $100 range, I'd like to keep it under $100. I do have limited budgets here, but a setup that's decent, has good feedback rate, and can actually fit into this, I would love to hear from you and know what I need to be looking at. Also, I'm really curious. I've seen a couple guys do it, but I don't know how they're doing it. They've got a camera on the plane, like an FPV camera, and it's hooked to 2 servos. And when they look with their head, the camera turns and looks in the same direction. So if you know anything about that, if you could like put a link to it in your comment or just share some information with me on how they do that or how you do that on your build, I would love to hear it because at the end of the day, I would love to have that set up in this plane or one very similar to it. So there you have it. That's my super simple Cub update. It's been a while since I've talked about this plane. Hope you enjoyed this video. For more, be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'll be posting updates on this build. We're getting into the winter months here, so I'm not sure how much longer I'll be able to fly. Hopefully, I'll get at least 1 more month of flying in. Whether I'll have time for all those upgrades before the next video, I don't know. It's just a matter of the weather at this point. So hopefully we'll get some flight time in this year. Otherwise, it may have to wait till spring to get back to this project. But in between, we'll have all the modification videos that I'll be doing on this, and also my Patriot Cub, which needs to have some work done on it as well. So there you have it. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. Be sure to subscribe and leave a comment below with what you think of this build, the modifications I've made, ideas on FPV setups, and I'll see all of you in the next episode. Patriot Contraptions, signing out.